Hey guys, it's Brett, your independent Scentsy consultant. I'm here with my Destinations collection warm reviews and the Father's Day warm reviews. So I figured I'd just put them together in one video. Since I finished the Destinations and then I kind of started right into the Father's Day, I thought let me just put them together in one. So I'm gonna get started with the Destinations collection here. I'm gonna start with my least favorite to favorite, so number 5 to number 1. So number 5 is Sunset Cocktail. The notes are mango nectar, passion fruit, and coconut milk. So I warmed this in 2 different places. Some of these I warmed in 2 different places. That's why also it took me a little bit longer. I've had these for quite a while, but if you saw our first sniffs, they sent my first set of ours, but they were out in the sun without an ice pack, and quite a few of them had melted on the sides and things. So they sent me some new bars of certain ones that had melted quite considerably. So I had some extras of certain bars, so I thought let me try them in different areas and see how they do. So that's kind of why it took me a little bit longer. So this one, the first time I warmed it, I did it in my hallway half bath. I did 4 cubes out of this bar in the half bath, and it did really good. I really liked it. To me, it was pretty much mango, passion fruit, and coconut milk. I get the mango and the passion fruit, but I would say I probably got mango more than the passion fruit. Yeah, definitely more mango and an undertone of that passion fruit. But you do get a little bit of coconut milk. It's not real coconutty, but there's a little bit of slightly creamy coconut milk in there. Kind of reminds like a tropical drink, or like even like a Starbucks drink, that those refreshers that they have like coconut milk in. It kind of reminds me of something like that a little bit maybe. It was really nice, fruity, nothing too like different than what we've had before, but it was nice nonetheless. I did enjoy it. So it lasted about 2 days in that half bath, and the throw was about 8 out of 10 in there. So it did pretty well in there. That is a little small room though, but did pretty good. You know, I kept those on 24/7 in that room too, by the way. Then I thought I'd try it in the open concept. So I had 2 full bars in the open concept because I had 2 extra bars between the second set I got and then the ones they sent me as well. And then we had made some samples as well, but I had 2 extra bars, so I did that in the open concept. So it did not quite as good in the open concept. It was a little bit lighter. At first I really couldn't smell it, but then it kind of started getting a little bit stronger. I'd probably say it was probably about, at the most, it was a 6 out of 10 in the open concept, which is somewhat decent for open concept. And it lasted about a full day and a little bit into the second day. I have notes here, so I'm looking at my notes because I did them so many different places I didn't want to forget. It had about the same smell, maybe not quite as much as I smelled it in the half bath, but I mean, I still pretty much got the same thing. Nice tropical passion fruit with the mango and a little bit of coconut milk. Yeah, it was nice. But on the second day, it was later in the second day, we were gone. I think we went to my mom's, came back home, opened the door. Well, before we left, actually, Brad had said he thought it smelled like kitty litter in there. So I'm like, I don't know why it would smell like cat litter, because I scoop the cat litter box every day. So it never smells. So I don't know why that would be smelling all of a sudden. So then we left, came back home later that day, like I said, and then we opened the door, and then Brad smelled it again. He's like, oh gosh, it stinks in here. And I smelled it too. And then we went up to the warmers to smell this, and we think it was the wax, because when we smelled the warmers, it smelled kind of like a litter box, but it wasn't full on like cat pee, like some scents are, but it had a little bit of that kind of vibe with it, just kind of and maybe like cat litter or something. I don't know. Brad's the one that said cat litter, but I kind of agreed it smelled kind of funky. I don't know if it's a passion fruit in there. That's the only thing I can think of, because sometimes passion fruit can give you a little bit of an off note. So I ended up taking those out of the warmers. That's the only thing I didn't like about that, is it did that on the second day in the open concept. It didn't do that at all when I warmed it in the half bath. Even on the second day, in the half bath, like I said, it lasted 2 days. It didn't do that at all. And then in this one, it lingered. In the half bath, it probably could have went to like a little bit of it the third day. The open concept, it was in the evening the first day, and then the second day, towards the end of the second day, it got that little bit of an off smell. So yeah, not sure about it because of that. That's why I put it number 5. Does anybody else have any kind of similar experience with that one. Not sure what happened there. All right, number 4, Sarrento Breeze. Cucumber flower, wild daisy, and bamboo waters. This was good. It's very floral. Definitely is floral. So I did 1 bar in our master bedroom, master bath. It was really strong at first. It was like a 9 out of 10. When I first warmed this, right away, just right out the gate, it was strong. I went in there barely 5-10 minutes later, and it was just so strong in there. Really strong. I really got the florals, that daisy and that cucumber flower. But then you got a little bit of watery, aquatic note, the bamboo waters. Yeah, it was in there, the bamboo waters with that floral, but very floral, and it was sour. It had like a sourness to it. I was like, it's really like a sour floral note in here, but I liked it though, but very kind of sour. So then, like 2 to 3 hours later, I went in there. It was probably more like 3 hours. It had died down considerably in 3 hours, so it died down really quick to probably about like a 2 out of 10. After about the 3 hour mark, that's how low it dropped, like really plummeted. And then by the end of the day, it was pretty much gone. But I did like the scent. And then, well, after the 3 hour mark, that sourness I talked about, that kind of went away. So I don't know why that was there that first 3 hours when it was really strong. But it just, then after that, it was just kind of just a watery floral scent, but was really light. So then I decided to do 2 bars in the open concept because I had extra bars left. So I did 2 bars in the open concept, and it did pretty good for the open concept. It was about a 6.5 out of 10. And then it lasted a full day, lingered a little bit into day 2. And in there, it was kind of what I got in the bedroom on the second day, or after the end of the first day, when I got down to like a 2 out of 10. But this was stronger in the open concept than that was on the end part of the first day. It's so crazy how they do in different rooms. These bars perform different in different rooms. It wasn't as strong as it was at first in the bedroom, but it was stronger than it was at the end in the bedroom. Overall, in the open concept, it, like I said, 6.5, and it lasted most of the day in there, and it kind of maybe lingered in a little bit into the second day. But I did like it overall. I just wish it wouldn't have ended so quick when I did it in the bedroom for some reason. But that's Summer Breeze. It was nice. Or Sarrento Breeze, sorry. And then number 3 is Sundred Cotton. And this is clean cotton, creamy coconut, and white woods. So I first did this 4 cubes I did in the half bath, and it was nice. I got pretty much cotton and then the white woods, but a little bit of, coconut and the white woods and a little bit of the cotton. It wasn't real strong on the cotton, but it was in there. And it almost at first in the bathroom kind of came off in the half bath, like almost like a pina colada coconut type of a scent, very tropical coconut, almost pina colada like. But then with just a little bit of cotton in there to give it just a touch of like a laundry fill, and then a little bit of white woods. And then, let's see, it was 3 days. Yeah, it went about 3 days in the half bath. It kind of lingered quite a while in that half bath, and I kept it on 24/7, so all day long. Then I did a whole bar in the master bedroom, master bath, because I had just another bar of this. Well, I had that rest of this bar because I only did 4 cubes in the half bath, and then I did the other bar that we made samples of. I had a little bit of that left over too, so I think there's like 4 cubes or so of that bar left over that we did samples with, felt samples. So I did 4 cubes from that bar and 4 cubes from this bar. And then that one, it wasn't quite as strong, of course, as it was in the half bath, but it was probably about, I'd say, 7 out of 10 in the master bedroom. And again, I got the coconut, but I got a little bit more cotton when I warmed it in the bedroom, and a little bit more of the woods. But then on day 2, those white woods really came out, like really strong. It was almost like masculine, like on the second day, because those white woods really came out. It was, gave it a little bit of a manly vibe to it. So it went from being in the half bath feeling kind of pina colada like, and then on the second day in the master bedroom it was almost manly like because those white woods really came out. But I liked it. I'm really starting to like manly scents more, like I've said, so I didn't mind it. So I liked it in both places, so I would repurchase that one again. And then number 2, Wild Seaside. Blue lavender, ocean moss, and white driftwood. This was really good. Yeah, I really ended up really liking this. So good. So I did a whole bar in our master bedroom, master bath. It was really nice. It was strong, 8 to 8.5. Did really well. So it was a good mixture of that driftwood with that ocean moss, that green ocean moss a little bit, and then that woodsy driftwood. Really nice, very aquatic, summery. And then it also, that blue lavender, it's not really like your typical lavender at all, but there is something else in there. I don't know what blue lavender is. I Googled blue lavender and I couldn't really find anything out. So I don't know what blue lavender is. I don't know how that differs from regular lavender, but it doesn't smell like regular lavender. But there is somewhat of a, I guess it's that blue lavender. It's a touch of like a, kind of, not really floral, but I don't know. It's just something else in there besides that ocean moss and white drifted that adds a little bit something to it. It's really nice though. So the whole bar I had there going in the bedroom, it lasts about a full day in there. And then the second day, it lingered just lightly when I turned it on the second day, but not much. So it's pretty much just a whole day. But I really liked it. It almost has like a little bit of a peppery smell to it for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it though. So that's Wild Seaside, number 2. And then my number 1, my favorite of the whole collection is Santorini Blossoms. I loved this one so much. Island Palm, Tiare Flower, Cool Coconut, Warm Amber. So good. So good. I love this one. So I did the whole bar in our master bedroom, master bath. Loved. So it's not a powerhouse by any means, but it was a good medium for me. I'd probably say 7, 7.5. I've heard some people say it's pretty light for them. And I agree it's not real strong, but I don't know if it wasn't light for me. It was like good medium, 7, 7.5. I mean, do you consider 7, 7.5 medium? That can be almost a little bit towards high a little bit, but I consider high like 8 to 10. Medium is like 6 to 7, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was about 7, 7.5 though. I could totally smell it in the room. It was totally in there when I went in the room. I had no problem smelling it. It just wasn't like real strong. It's a nice, subtle, not too strong, beautiful scent. A good mix of that coconut and the amber, especially the coconut and the amber, and a little bit of that island palm. But the coconut amber mixture is so beautiful. Yeah, and then you do get a little bit of that tiare flower, but it's not real strong tiare flower like some other ones, like from the Island Days Wax collection. We had the tiare and coconut, was it? Or tiare, coconut flower, whatever it was. That really had a real strong tropical tiare flower note in that. It's not like that. It's just a light touch of tiare flower. It's not overpowering at all, that tiare flower. But it's gorgeous. It's blended in just a little hint of that in with that amber and that coconut and a touch of island palm. Beautiful, gorgeous, very summery, nice. It could even almost be a little body care like. It's just really beautiful. So this lingered a full day and then a little bit into the second day. So it wasn't as strong the second day, but it lingered some still on the second day. So I repurchased this one. And if I probably, none of the others would be club worthy, but I would repurchase all of these, even the Sunset Cocktail that had that off note on the second day. I would even get that again and give it another chance, and if I didn't like it, maybe just give it away or something, I don't know. But all the rest of them I would get again, and the only one I would maybe club would be this Santorini Blossoms. But I don't know if I will or not, because I don't know if it's like super unique, because we do have a lot of other scents that have amber, little body care light that come around here and there. You know, this isn't exactly like them, but it's got similarities to the ones, so it's not like super unique. So I don't know that I need to club it necessarily, but I definitely would get more for sure. So yeah, I actually like this summer collection overall quite a bit. I think it's definitely worth, they're all good. Even, except for that Sunset Cocktail, I just don't know what that, it didn't do it, like I said, in the half batch, just in the open concept on that second day, so I'm not sure what happened there. I prefer it over the summer collection from last year. I did really like key lime, was it key lime and grapefruit? I really like that, but that one died off super fast for me. But the rest of the collection is kind of okay for me, but I really like this collection overall compared to last one. That's me personally though. All right, so now we're gonna get into the Father's Day bars. So we'll start number 3 to number 1 again. So number 3 is vanilla bourbon. And this is warm vanilla bourbon and a hint of nutmeg. So I do like this one. And on cold, it's really good. I even said in our first sniffs, I've had this bar before because it was out, I think it was last out in the Father's Day collection of 2022, I believe it was. And I had it then, and I did like it. And when I smelled it on cold sniff, and we just got this set here, I thought it smelled even better on cold sniff than what I remembered it before. And even now on cold, it smells so good. And I warmed it. I warmed these all in our master bedroom, master bath, all the same place. Warmed the whole bar. It's good. I get the vanilla, you get that nutmeg. I think it's a little more than a hint of nutmeg. And then you get that bourbon in there. The bourbon, like I said on cold sniff, bourbon gives it a little bit of a masculine feel because it has that bourbon in there. But then it has a little bit of gourmand because of the vanilla and then that nutmeg in there. But the mixture is really good. It's like a manly gourmand type of scent. Really nice, but it was really light. This one was really light, and I don't remember the one I wore in 2022 being this light. I know it wasn't like real strong, but I thought it was a decent medium, but this was light. Like, I would say a 4 to 5 out of 10 in my bedroom. It was light. It did good at first. When I first put it in there, I thought, oh yeah, I can smell it. It was probably like a 5, but then it went down to a 4 after that, after a few hours, and then it almost even got down to like a 3. It just got even lighter. It just, overall, just didn't perform very well for me, so that was kind of a bummer on that one. Really like it, it just wasn't very strong. And it lasted like, it got lighter as the day went on, and today's the second day. That was yesterday. Today is still in the master bedroom, and I can't really smell it today, so it probably lasts a full day, but it just kind of gets lighter as the day goes on. Number 2, vanilla oud. Sweet vanilla, leather, and earthy oud wood. This is really nice. This is the second bar I've had. I've had this last year. Patricia Gates has sent me one, so thank you, Patricia. And this was my second bar. It's just as good as it was before when I warmed it last year. This is such a pretty, very sweet. You do get the sweet vanilla. It's a very sweet vanilla. And then the leather, that earthy oud wood is so beautiful. It's like a real fancy earthy oud wood. Kind of expensive, fancy. This is really expensive, fancy, rich, classy, elegant type of a scent. Yeah, like very, very fancy. Like, oh, it's so good. Really good. I like the leather that's mixed in there. That gives a little bit of the manly feel. I feel like there also could be almost a little bit of suede in here. But it's sweet. The leather is like a sweet leather, sweet vanilla, sweet earthy oud wood. It's just gorgeous, really gorgeous. It's subtle, it's elegant, really nice. I would say this is probably about a 6 to a 7. Not real strong either, but maybe 6, 6.5. 7, I mean, it can veer up to 7 just barely, but more 6, 6.5 kind of. But definitely present. I could smell it the whole time. It's not like I was looking for it or anything. I could totally smell it. It just wasn't real strong. But it works for this scent, I think. And this lasted almost 3 days. With the warmers turned off at night, because in the bedroom I turn the warmers off at night. So keep that in mind when I say 2 to 3 days. But yeah, and I was sitting in the living room, and I could smell this sitting in the living room. It was throwing over into the living room. I kept getting whiffs of it. So that's good on that one. But my number 1, hands down, my number 1 is vanilla oak. This probably was my favorite out of all these bars between both these collections, was this bar right here. I am so surprised I loved this so much as I did. Smooth French vanilla and woody oak. Oh, this was so good. It was so good, so strong, and performed and lasted for days. This was really strong when I put it in, and it stayed strong almost the whole time. It hardly went down in strength or throw. It just stayed the same. It was a good, I would say 9 at first, and maybe would have went down to like a little bit of an 8, but barely. I mean, it stayed 8 all the way through those almost 4 days. This lasted for almost 4 days. It just kept going with the warmers turned off at night. it just kept going. Every day I turned it on, it kept going, turned the warmers off at night when I slept, turned it back on the next day, kept going. It did that for like 4 days. I didn't think it was gonna end, and I loved every minute of it. And it was like at 8 the whole time. Started out at 9, went down to 8, but then it never went lower than an 8 really. I was sitting in the living room again. I kept getting whiffs of it up in the living room, like a lot of whiffs of this. It just was filling almost the whole house, just filling up the whole upper level. So good. Not the downstairs, but the upstairs. Yeah, so good. So it's French vanilla. So I guess, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a different vanilla. It's not quite as sweet as some of the, like the vanilla oud have that sweet vanilla, and then vanilla bourbon says warm vanilla, and this says smooth French vanilla. Yeah, it's not quite as sweet as some of those are, but it is vanilla. But that oak, that woody oak is so strong in here. It's such a manly woody oak. Yeah, so good. It's just masculine. But then the vanilla, it's so good. It's just so good. Oaky, woodsy, vanilla goodness. I loved it. I am gonna club this one. This one I'm clubbing for sure because it's such a good performer. Lasts for days, a great performer. I can't wait to get more of that. I loved it. So that's my #1 vanilla oak. All right, so that's my warm reviews of the Father's Day collection and the Destinations collection. The Destinations collection bars come out this coming Sunday, June 1st. You have to buy a set of 5 for $25, and you get the bag with it as well, while supplies last. And the Father's Day bars, and then also all the other stuff in Destinations collection comes out as well on Sunday, June 1st. Father's Day bars are currently sold out on our website because they came along in the bundle with the mod warmers. Well, those bundles with the mod warmers are sold out, but you can still get them through Scentsy Club. So if you have a Scentsy Club, you can add these into your Scentsy Club, or you can create a one and done, like just a one-time order. Create a Scentsy Club, order these bars, then you can get it. You can keep the club or you can cancel the club. And you get discounted shipping, $8 shipping instead. And if you get $30 or more in your club, you get 10% off. If you have $60 or more, you get a half price item. That's how I got these bars, because I didn't need another mod warmer, so I ordered them through Scentsy Club, and then I canceled when I got the bars. So I think I'd heard or I read somewhere that they were pouring more bars to put on the website. I don't know if they're gonna have the warmer with it or not. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm just saying somebody I read somewhere. I don't know if that's for sure true or not. So maybe, maybe not, but they're still available in Scentsy Club at least. But yeah, out of all these, I'm for sure clubbing vanilla oak. That's probably the only one I'm clubbing, vanilla oak. I will probably get a few more vanilla oud before they go away, because I do like it, but I don't think I'm going to club that first. I know a lot of people will, but for me, I don't think I need to club that, but I want a couple more at least. Vanilla bourbon, I'm not gonna, I don't even think I'm gonna get any more of those. It was just really light, so much lighter than I remember that being. Good, but just light. All right, so that's it. Comment below what you thought of any of these bars you've had. Let me know your experiences, and we will see you all in our next video. Bye.